Sheldan's update, March 31st, 2015. Salamat Balik. We come with some news regarding the progress being made to set up a schedule for delivery of your prosperity funds. Much is dependent on two major decisions. These are now being examined by a number of the ancient families with regard to how these massive payments are to be handled by the myriad of banks involved in the ever-growing delivery networks. Many governments are as well involved in the transfers of these monies to you. Here, it is important to note that security of these funds is one of the main reasons for the delays of the last few years. It is very difficult to arrange such a system if the main agencies that are a key to this process are dead set against such a massive exchange of funds. These delays have been addressed in a new system put into place temporarily. This system is to be used to test the viability of a newer one. SWIFT codes, or Society for Interbank Financial Telecommunication codes, are to be replaced by a new system, which is currently in development. That system is related to the new Chinese AIIB, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, the new BRICS Bank plus a slew of banks in Europe, Asia, Oceania and the Americas. In short, a new system is coming online to create the conditions for global prosperity. This process requires some key testing and requires the concepts for currency reform to be widely adapted. Because of this, we are in a transitional mode where governments can get ready to reset the current system and create a new one. Thus, certain currencies are to be the prime weight for this reset. Until this is fully online, the reset is stalled. It is unfortunate that certain disagreements are temporarily stalling this new system. Certain key forces are presently using their resources to move these difficulties forward. Nevertheless, it is to take but a short time in your history to resolve these matters successfully. We know this by what we are exposed to daily. Our liaisons are working diligently with a number of organizations which deeply wish to set up this new system. We intend to use our influence to push through agreements that were first proposed last year but were never fully acted upon. As this process goes forward, we can see that a number of key individuals are more than willing to make it successful. This growing enthusiasm is being reflected in the prosperity funding. Count Saint-Germain and Kuan Yin wish that these funds be dispersed to you as rapidly as possible. Our wishes mirror these noble desires. Yet, we know just how vile the dark cabal truly is. Hence, we are moving slowly, but nevertheless surely. These fundings in the US are tied to Nessara. We realize this and are working on a complex negotiation to permit these funds to finish their release properly. The present cabal-oriented regimes in power are using all their guile to slow this down. We see our purpose as somehow using our abilities to speed this process up. Currently, we are watching the dark succeed in this slowdown. Our intention is to counter this and allow you to be able to use your blessings to help humanity. Much remains to be done. There is a natural flow to this that we are tapping into, and we intend to use this to quicken the pace and permit this new reality to manifest. Long ago in Atlantis, you were still fully conscious beings. Daily, you used your abilities to pressure the dark and return this realm to the ways of lost Lemuria. This eventually led to your ancestors being noticed by the Atlantean elite. This heinous elite worked with their dark advisors to forge a heinous scheme, which led to your fall into limited consciousness. Heaven is now determined to reverse this dark deed and return you to full consciousness. We are here as heralds of this great change. So far, we have prevented major attempts by the dark to complete its evil plans for you. Our task is to see that those who desire the greatest good for you are indeed triumphant. Heaven has cancelled the whole dark scenario. The current sources of power on your world are now mostly dark. Nevertheless, the tides are changing. We are pleased with what is happening and fully intend to continue our procedure of forging such change until the dark is a mere footnote in your histories. We as well fully intend to carry out a mass landing in due time. You need a special time to interact with your mentors. Namist, we are your ascended masters. The current times are indeed a blessing. Our associates are working to use a number of critical assets to push the dark cabal from power. All of this is being done with love and use of the heart. The dark has long disregarded our efforts. Only recently have they seen how our pattern of gold and legal precedence is to drive them from power. This has caused some degrees of panic among them. Their strategies to force some type of a global martial law in response to our efforts has failed. We are at a point where all of us have not been since the end times of Dark Atlantis. We know that this time the results are to be different. We are, dear ones, to give you your freedom back. When you move into full consciousness, our task grows more complex. We are required by heaven to be your divine supervisors. We are to offer special counsel and give options about how to complete your sacred tasks. Together, we are to forge a new star nation into wondrous fate. The most important point is to realize who you are. Go deep within yourself and discover by meditation how you truly tick. Use this daily exercise to understand in full measure who you are. Learn to consult this inner self. Consciousness is something that you can manifest. It is like a spiritual garden. By using a great amount of tending, your inner realm starts to emerge. It is something unique. It is a gentle source for many marvelous things. As you show your care daily, great wisdom begins to form. At first, it is just simple sayings. Then it becomes more intense and answers to your questions come out during your daily conversations. Soon, you can look forward to every session. Your inner wisdom starts to give you ways to look at your life and your daily routines. You become calmer and better able to handle any difficult situation. This growing wisdom becomes something that you use to plan your life. As you become more conscious, you learn how your now more integrated self can wonderfully plan and execute your life. You start to see things which you previously ignored. You see clearly how your life flows and how you can discover what things are more applicable to any given situation. You are able to be calmer and to increase your friendliness in general. You begin to attract things or events that you wish to happen. You begin to develop a field around you that seems to benefit you. What once seems so difficult now becomes much easier to manifest. Your times of joy naturally increase. Indeed, your whole demeanor with others seems to change. Life becomes a more wondrous experience. More and more of you are benefiting from the joys of meditation mixed with prayer. Learn to be gracious. Many benefits accrue from this. We masters have learned from this and taught it to others. Be ever gracious. Today, we carried on with our messages. These are to inform and to set energy for this realm. The Dark Cabal's authority in this realm is coming to a conclusion. It is approaching the time of grand celebration and our formal arrival on your beautiful shores. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Selamat Gadjan, Selamat Ja, Sirian for be one and be enjoy.